Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone's safe and well. I wanted to talk to you this afternoon about something that is happening next week at Mundella, but needs to happen every day at Mundella because it's really, really important. So next week it is National Children's Mental Health Week, and we have put together some resources that Miss Reynolds is going to speak to you about after you've watched me. And she's going to comprehensively describe our zones of regulation and the fact that Mundella is a healthy mind school, and the fact that we want to work with all families to support parents, children, whoever it is that might have anxieties or mental health issues at this very challenging time for lots of families. It is a difficult time. There's no getting away from it that we would much rather have children back in school and settled in school. Unfortunately, that's not the case. We can't do that at this minute in time. So we want parents to contact us if they've got any concerns, anything at all that you need talking through. Miss Reynolds, Miss Hewitt, myself, Mrs Woodward will all happily talk through any kind of problems, any issues you are experiencing. It is tough at the moment, and schools definitely need to acknowledge that. And just because it's Mental Health Week next week for children doesn't mean that it should be any different to any other day. Every day needs to be a time when if families need support from school, they should be able to access that. So enjoy looking at the resources from Miss Reynolds and hearing her talk about it in detail about our zones of regulation. If there are any specific issues that you want to talk to us about, please do not hesitate to speak to us. Thank you. Stay safe. Hope to see you soon. Take care.
Hi everyone, I'm just going to start by introducing myself for those of you that don't know me. My name's Michelle Reynolds. I'm a teacher at Mundella School and I've been here for a very long time. I taught many children, so most of you probably will know me, but my other role in school is as the Healthy Minds lead. So Mundella is a Healthy Minds school. We've been that for the last 3 years. It means that we're a school that recognises the needs of children as well as academically and physically. We recognise their emotional needs and we place mental health and wellbeing very high in our curriculum. We have access to a senior clinical psychologist as part of that. We call her our Healthy Minds link. So we have support, we have training to be able to roll with some of the stuff that we do for the Healthy Minds project. The reason I wanted to come on here and speak to you and not do this in a letter is because it's probably more personal to do it this way when you're talking about mental health, but also you guys have had a lot of letters and it's a lot to take in, and I hope that by doing it this way it might just encourage one extra person to engage with this and have a listen. It's hard, I know how hard it is when you get a lot of letters coming home. This situation, the situation that we're currently facing with coronavirus, is something that we've never faced as individuals, we've never faced as a school, we've never faced as a family. And it's a situation that is so incredibly personal to every family at Mundella, every member of staff at Mundella. We all face uncertainty, none of us know quite what's around the corner, and that's hard. Incredibly hard. Our work situations can be very different. So what one family might be facing with a work situation might be different to the next. Our families' needs are going to be so individual and so different. And us as individuals, as parents, as people, it's hard to go through all of this and to experience it all. But we often take on many hats and many roles as parents. And I think one of the things that when we talked to the Healthy Minds link worker, she kept saying is that we need to acknowledge how hard this is. As a school, we acknowledge it, but as individuals, sometimes it can be hard to acknowledge just how tough this is. We're all going to be facing challenges. We're all going to be experiencing feelings that perhaps we haven't had before. And it's all right to say, this is hard. It's all right to say that I might not be handling this the best I can. I will hold my hands up and say to you that I've struggled at times, and it's completely normal to feel that way. We don't always have the answers, and when you have children, that's really hard to not be able to give them the answer, to not be able to always give them the solution. But the biggest thing that we can do for ourselves and our children right now is to say this is hard, we acknowledge this is hard, and that we are here for each other and we are here for them, for our children. We hope now to introduce you to something that we've been using in school. We started using this in the second lockdown with the children who were in school. And in September, we rolled this out to every class in school from reception right through to year 6. And it's called Zones of Regulation. And Zones of Regulation is basically giving children and us a tool to recognise emotions, to have a common language, to know that all emotions are okay, that it's non-judgmental, and to be able to handle those emotions and to give us the tool when children have had some of those bigger emotions to be able to talk about it afterwards and to be able to discuss it with them. So what I'm going to do with you now is just give you a brief introduction to the Zones of Regulation, because we hope that this will help those of you who are at home, who might be struggling yourselves. I find this very helpful, just on a personal level. So we hope that this is of use to you, and it enables you to perhaps talk to your children in a way that we would talk to your children at school, in a way that they understand and that they will have had some insight into. Look after yourselves, stay safe, and please remember that if you need any extra support, if you are worried, if you are struggling, that school is here. School have the resources to help you, to guide you in the right direction. Okay, take care. So Zones of Regulation, some of you may have had experience of this at home. So it may be a case that your children have been doing this for their home learning, or your children may have talked about feeling in the yellow zone or the green zone. This is just an insight into it, or a short insight into it all. So these are the zones. We've got the blue zone, the green zone, the yellow zone, and the red zone. The green zone is where we would hope to be most of the time. We might not be there most of the time, but it's where we'd hope to be. It's where people feel happy, they feel calm, they're ready to learn. If we're in the blue zone, there might be different reasons for this. It might be that we're feeling poorly, we're feeling under the weather. It might be that we're just completely fed up. At the moment, I think this might be one that we're probably feeling more than we used to. In the yellow and red zone, we're moving into danger territory, I suppose. It's the type of feelings that might lead to behaviours that you don't wish. And I'm talking about us as adults and children. So when you're in yellow, we often say that it's a bit of a warning sign. If you're starting to feel some of these emotions, you need to be careful that they don't tip over into the red zone. The red zone is where we're out of control. We've lost control of our emotions and we've lost control of our behaviours. The other thing that we teach children is that all these emotions, all these zones are normal. All zones are okay. It is okay to feel angry. It is okay to feel tired or to feel bored. Sometimes the behaviours that come with those emotions are not okay. So it's okay to feel angry, but it's not okay to hit. But the actual zones, the actual feelings are okay and very normal to feel. So during a day, our emotions can change. Our emotions can go up and down, even more than this. So this is just an example of a day from when somebody wakes up to when somebody might go to bed. There are often points in the day where emotions have got away with us or away with our children. And it's not a nice place to be, but it is quite normal. And there'll be times in the day when we're quite calm and our emotions are good and we're maintaining them. There might also be times in the day where we need to get up, we need to get some fresh air, we're tired, we're bored, we're fed up. So all of these are normal. Some of you may have done this activity at home with your children. It's often a good one to do. We teach children that their emotions will often have behaviours as a consequence. We also teach them that their emotions can affect other people's emotions. So I know myself, when my child is down here for home learning, it often puts me a bit into the yellow zone because I get quite frustrated. I've got things to be getting on with and I want him to engage with me. So we also teach them that their behaviour has a knock-on effect. We teach children to learn that there are certain triggers, things that trigger their emotions, things that will put them into certain zones. And we're also moving on to teaching them, and we have been teaching them, strategies to support. So when we're feeling up here, what can we do to calm down? When we're feeling down here, what can we do to pick ourselves up a little bit? We talked about, I talked earlier in the video about acknowledgement. I just wanted to explain what that might look or sound like with your child. So at school, we often say to a child, I can see that you're frustrated. They might not realise themselves, so we acknowledge it. So I can see that you're frustrated. Maybe we need to stop and take some time out to calm down. And particularly at this time, I think this one's one that we've used a lot, and I've said this with children in school an awful lot. It really is hard, this. I know this is hard for you. I find it hard too. We can't change the situation, but just by acknowledging the situation, children know that it's normal to feel that way, and it's normal because we feel it just as much as they do. We also try and give them ownership of their own emotions. So what do you think you could try to help you calm down right now? So if we can see that somebody's in the yellow zone, we can say, I think you're in the yellow zone, you're getting a bit too excited. What do you think you could do to calm down? Or if they look like they're in the blue zone, you're okay, what do you think we could do to help cheer you up or to lift your spirits a little bit? The other thing that I will say as a parent, as a teacher, you are human, and you will not always say the right thing at the right time, because I know when my child is being in a bad mood, my reaction is often to be in a bad mood back. I know all of this stuff, I have all of this training, and I still don't always get this right. If they red zone and you red zone also, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. You can go back in at a later stage and repair it. It is important to walk away, regroup, and to talk about it later. When children are in the red zone, they often don't want talking to. They want to be left alone. Understandably, I feel exactly the same. But it's important to go back in at a later stage. I hope that's been helpful to you. We are going to be sending home some resources to go with this, so ideas for strategies to calm down, breathing techniques that children can use. If you want any more information on it, please contact us. But we hope you find it helpful. We hope that it enables you to have a conversation with your child. We hope that some of you might already do that, might have those times to sit down and talk about it. Please keep in touch and hope it's useful. Thank you.